Hello guys, in this part I want to talk about the second part of male reproductive system, the accessory sex glands. The ducts of the male reproductive system can store and transport sperm, but the accessory sex glands can secrete most part of the liquid portion of the semen, which can do protection of the sperm and facilitate its movement out of the male reproductive tract. The accessory sex gland include the seminal vesicles, which you can see them in pairs. We have one pair of seminal vesicle or seminal gland, only one prostate, and two pea-size gland, which we call them bulbourethral or Cooper's gland. Function of the male accessory sex gland secretion is as follows. First, they can neutralize acid in the male urethra and the female reproductive tract. Second, they can provide fructose for ATP production by sperm. Third, they can contribute to sperm motility and viability. Fourth, help semen coagulate after ejaculation and then it can liquefy the clot again. And fifth, they can lubricate the lining of the urethra and the tip of the penis during sex. The first gland which I want to talk about is the seminal vesicle. The seminal vesicle is paired and they are convoluted pouch-like structure about 5 cm in their length. They lie posterior to the base of the urinary bladder and anterior to the rectum. Through the seminal vesicle duct, they secrete an alkaline viscous fluid that contains fructose, prostaglandin, clotting factor, and different things from the blood. The alkaline nature of the seminal vesicle can help neutralizing the acidic environment of male urethra and the female reproductive tract, which can inactive and kill the sperms. The fructose is used for ATP production by the sperm. The prostaglandin contribute to sperm motility and viability and may stimulate the smooth muscle contraction within the female reproductive system. The clotting protein can help semen coagulate and then then after that they reliquefy again, and the fluid which is secreted by the seminal vesicle normally constitute about 60% of the volume of the semen, and also the substances is secreted from the seminal vesicle which can suppress the immune reaction against the semen. These are the characteristics of the fluid which is secreted from the seminal vesicle. The next gland is the prostate. The prostate is the single donut-shaped gland. It encircles the urethra. That part of urethra is called prostatic part of the urethra. The size of the seminal vesicle is very similar to golf ball, and the diameter of this gland is about 4 cm from side to side. It's located inferior to the urinary bladder. The prostate secretes a milky secretion, and this secretion is slightly acidic in its nature. Because it consists of citric acid, and citric acid is important for ATP production via the Krebs cycle. It contains different types of proteolytic enzyme like PSA or prostate-specific antigen. It contains pepsinogen, lysosome amylase, and all of them can break down the clotting factor, the clotting protein, from the seminal vesicle. And also the prostate gland contains seminoplastin. It has antibacterial activity and it's antimicrobes which is secreted secreted from the prostate gland. And again, in the prostate, we have an enzyme which can enhance the motility of the sperm, and also it contains some enzyme which make the semen become clot and then liquefy the semen. We don't know why this semen become coagulate. And the next gland is called bulbourethral gland. The bulbourethral gland is the paired gland. The other name of this paired gland is the Cooper gland. It's pea-sized gland which is located inferior to the prostate gland, and it can make mucus. This mucus can lubricate the lining of the urethra and the end of the penis, and decreasing the number of sperm damaged during ejaculation. And the semen is a mixture of the sperm and the seminal fluid, a liquid that consists of the secretion of the seminiferous tubule, seminal vesicle, prostate, and bulbourethral gland. The volume of the semen is about, in each ejaculation, is about 2.5 to 5 milliliter with 50 to 150 million sperm per each milliliter. A very large number of sperm is required for successful fertilization, because only a tiny fraction of this sperm can reach the secondary oocyte and can do fertilization. When the number of sperm falls below 20 million per milliliter of the semen, the male is considered as infertile. Despite the slight acidity of the prostate fluid, semen has a slightly alkaline pH, and the pH of the semen is between 7.2 to 7.5 due to the higher pH and larger volume of fluid from the seminal vesicle. The prostate secretion gives semen a milky appearance, and fluids from the seminal vesicle and bulbourethral gland give it a sticky consistency. Seminal vesicle provides a sperm with a transportation medium, nutrient, and protection from the hostile acidic environment of the male's urethra and the female vagina. When ejaculation takes place, liquid semen coagulates within 5 minutes due to the presence of clotting protein from the seminal vesicle and a small amount from the prostate. The functional role of the seminal coagulation is not known yet, but after about 10 to 20 minutes, semen reliquefy, because we have many proteolytic enzyme which is produced by the prostate, and they can break down the clot. Abnormal or delayed liquefaction of the clotted semen can cause some problems with the motility of the sperm, and it can make problem with the rate of fertilization. And when the semen enter the uterus of the female, we have a process which we call it capacitation of the sperm. When the sperm enter the female reproductive system, at that time, the enzyme which we have in the acrosomal cap of the sperm become active. They can release from the sperm, and they can digest the cell membrane of the secondary oocyte, and they can do the fertilization, which I will talk about it more in female reproductive system. The next structure is the penis. The penis containing the urethra, and it's a passageway for semen and urine, both of them. It's composed of 3 cylindrical structures. 2 of them are called corpora cavernosa. They are located superior, and one of them is called corpus spongiosus, and it's located inferior. structures, these three structures are called erectile tissue. The erectile tissue is composed of many blood sinusoids with elastic fibers and the smooth muscles which cover them. The head of the penis, which is covered by the prepuce or foreskin, is called glands. And you need to pay attention. In the glands, we only have corpus spongiosus. The corpora cavernosa, both of them are absent in the glands of the penis. In this picture, you can see the cross-section of the penis. These two structures which we have in top, this one and this one are called corpora cavernosa, and the other one, which is located inferior, is called corpus spongiosus. As you see in this picture, the corpus spongiosus contains a spongy urethra, and in the glands of the penis, we only have corpus spongiosus. Corpus spongiosus become bulged, become bigger in the tip of the penis, and it can make the glands. And at the end of the urethra, you can see the external urethral orifice. The glands is covered by prepuce or foreskin in uncircumcised penis. And this is a loosely skin which cover the glands from outside. Here you can see the histology of the penis. In this histology picture, you can see these two round structure in the cross section, and actually they are cylindrical and elongated structure in their longitudinal section. These two structures are called corpus cavernosus, and the one which is located inferior is called corpus spongiosus. And here you can see the urethra, the spongy or the penile urethra. The penis is supported by two important ligaments from its root. One of them is called fundiform ligament, and the other one is called suspensory ligament of the penis. In sexual stimulation, we have two processes. One of these processes is erection, and the other process is ejaculation. These two processes can happen by autonomic nervous system. If you remember from autonomic nervous system chapter in ANP1, when we describe this system, we talk about complementary function of this system. All the times we cannot say that sympathetic and parasympathetic are against each other or opposite each other. Sometimes they can complete each other, and it happens in the sexual stimulation. The erection of the penis is happen by a stimulation of parasympathetic fibers. The parasympathetic fibers cause a smooth muscle in the wall of the arterioles. In the erectile tissue become contracted. Become relaxed, and a large volume of the blood can come to these blood vessels, and we have dilation of these blood vessels. This is the meaning of erection. And the other happening, which happen immediately after erection, is called ejaculation. Ejaculation happens when all of the blood vessels become full of the blood, become dilated, and they become full of the blood. The ejaculation is the powerful release of semen from the urethra to the exterior. And this is the sympathetic reflex which happen in the body, and it's coordinated by the lumbar portion of the spinal cord. As part of this reflex, the smooth muscle sphincter at the base of urinary bladder start to close, and it prevents urine from being expelled during ejaculation and semen from entering to the urinary bladder. Even before ejaculation occurs, we have peristaltic contraction in the epididymis, vas deferens, seminal vesicle, and ejaculatory duct and the prostate gland, which can propel the semen in the penile portion of the urethra. This discharge of the small volume of the semen before ejaculation happen and take place. And emission, we call it emission. Emission may occur during a sleep sometimes. So you see that this sympathetic and parasympathetic working together, and they can do sexual stimulation in male. And we have some muscles which can do contraction and help the sperm and the semen go out at the end of ejaculation. These muscles are bulbospongiosus, ischiocavernosus, and superficial transverse perineal muscle. All of them can go to contraction and help the force which is made at the time of ejaculation to send the semen out of the male reproductive system. This is the parts which you need to know about male reproductive system, and next time I will talk about the female.